I blew up at my stepsister at her comments about my lost weight. I've been overweight my entire life, like the kind of fat where people stare at you in grocery stores and kids whisper. Last year, I finally decided enough was enough and started working with a trainer and nutritionist. I've lost 85 pounds so far and still have about 20 to go, but I actually feel human for the first time in years. My dad remarried when I was 16 to this woman, Carol, who had a daughter my age named Madison. Madison was always the golden child. Perfect body, perfect grades, captain of the dance team, dated the quarterback. Meanwhile, I was eating lunch in empty classrooms just to avoid the cafeteria stares and comments about my weight. Madison never said anything directly cruel growing up, but she had this way of making these little cutting remarks that destroyed me. Like when I'd go for seconds at family dinners, she'd say, "Oh wow, still hungry?" with this fake, concerned voice. Or if I wore something new, she'd be like, "That's such a brave choice," with this condescending smile, like she was being helpful. When I started losing weight last year, she didn't say much at first, but as the pounds kept melting off and people started noticing, I could see it bothered her. Suddenly, she wasn't the only one getting compliments at family gatherings anymore. Relatives would go on and on about how amazing I looked and how proud they were of my transformation. Last weekend was my dad's 50th birthday party at their house. I wore this navy blue dress I'd been saving for when I hit my goal weight, but decided to wear early because I was feeling so confident. It was a size 12. Might not sound small to some people, but it was the smallest size I'd worn since middle school. I walked into the party and immediately got bombarded with compliments. My aunt literally gasped and said I looked incredible. My cousin asked what my secret was and if I had any tips. Even some of Carol's friends were asking about my workout routine and meal plan. That's when Madison walked over wearing her usual crop top and mini skirt combo, clearly expecting to steal the spotlight like she always does. She had this fake sweet smile plastered on her face as she looked me up and down slowly, making sure everyone was watching. Then she said, loud enough for the entire room to hear, "Oh my god, you've lost so much weight. You look so much better now. I mean, you're still pretty chunky and have a long way to go, but at least now you look like normal fat instead of scary fat. Good for you for finally doing something about it." The entire room went dead silent. I felt my face burning with embarrassment and rage. This girl had spent years making subtle digs about my weight, making me feel like garbage about my body. And now, when I was finally making progress and feeling genuinely good about myself for the first time in years, she couldn't even let me have that moment. Something inside me just completely snapped. All those years of built-up anger and resentment came flooding out at once. I looked her dead in the eye and said, "You know what, Madison? I can lose more weight, but you'll always be an ugly person on the inside, and there's no gym membership that fixes that." But I didn't stop there. Years of suppressed rage just poured out of me. I told her how pathetic it was that she felt so threatened by me finally getting healthy that she had to try to tear me down in front of everyone. How sad her life must be that she needed to put other people down just to feel good about herself. I said everyone in that room could see exactly what kind of person she really was. Shallow, insecure, and mean. That she peaked in high school with her little dance team captain title and would spend the rest of her life desperately trying to recapture that moment because she had absolutely nothing else going for her. I told her that her personality was so rotten and ugly that it actually made her face look hideous too. That I'd rather be fat for the rest of my life than be anything like her. At least I was working on bettering myself while she was just getting more bitter and pathetic with age. By the time I was finished, she was sobbing hysterically and half the party was staring at me in complete shock. Carol started screaming at me about how inappropriate and cruel I was being to her baby. My dad was trying to calm everyone down and mediate, but the damage was already done. Madison ran upstairs crying her eyes out and Carol chased after her, yelling back at me that I was jealous and disgusting. The party basically ended right there with everyone making awkward excuses to leave early. Now my dad is furious with me, Carol won't speak to me, and half the family thinks I'm some kind of monster.